Alright, I'm putting on frame sliders today, and I don't have a service manual for this bike other than the one from the factory, and I don't know if it tells me how to take off the fairings or not, so I just kind of started unscrewing stuff, but I've got it figured out, I believe. So you need an Allen wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. It's the only thing I've used so far. But I bought frame and swing arm sliders from ninja650shop.com. These are the frame sliders and the swing arm sliders. I got the more expensive ones that don't require fairing modification. This still needs to be tightened down, but it is a huge Allen wrench required to tighten that down. So I'm actually gonna have to go out and buy one because I don't have one that big. And I've got like 50 Allen wrenches over here, and none of them are that size. So, oh well. To tighten down the swing arm sliders, you're gonna need huge Allen wrenches like this set has. But you just take an Allen wrench, and I use a little magnetic tray for old bolts and stuff, and these are right up in the side right here. I unscrewed this one, and this one, and this is the I don't know if I showed this off yet. I think I did. This is the camera mount, and the camera just put it in the back hole or the front hole or any hole, depends on what angle you want and stuff, what you want to see. You need the same size Allen wrench does all of this, by the way, and you take off these two bolts right here. As you can see, this side's already removed, and then you just kind of go in towards the bike a little bit and back. Comes right off. It doesn't pop off or anything, it just slides right off. So if you're having trouble with it, you're doing something wrong. I took off all the bolts on both sides, and then with a Phillips, took off a bolt a screw right here. The other screw you gotta take out with the Phillips is right up underneath right here where my finger is. Another thing, you're gonna want to disconnect your turn signals. To do that, you just squeeze that plug and then pull. You'll see down here, this thing has a little groove in the top. You can pop it off with a flathead, and then this thing comes apart. Stick that in the tray with the other stuff. Or near the tray, I guess. You may notice that the sun is no longer beating down my neck. I went back inside for an hour and just sat there and watched some of Morta 13's videos because I was melting out here trying to take this stupid thing off. But I was trying to pull it off, and I noticed that it's not coming. And back inside here, for some reason there's another Phillips. Well, I think to get at that other screw, I would have to take off the piece of plastic around the instrument panel, and I don't want to figure out how to do that right now. Since the fairing is this loose, I'm going to leave it on and install the frame sliders like that. The instructions with the frame sliders are horrible, and from what I gather, use the 10mm socket to take this bolt out. I'm guessing that this is, I mean, they're not actually labeled. Are they? No, they're not. Well, this seems to fit fine right there. I think that's going to go in there like that. Alright, well, my retarded idea of installing the frame slider with the fairing partially attached worked on this side. Hopefully the other side will work also. It wasn't that easy, unfortunately, because I had to like pull this down and pop it over this. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but I just put one bolt back in so far, and I put the lower fairing back on. Well, that's it. They're done. And my personal recommendation, because the fairing was a bitch to get back on, I ended up taking out that screw in there by bending it away and then taking it out. I didn't put it back in either because I didn't care at that point, and I can't tell any difference. So my recommendation is to take out everything except for these. There's the two Phillips screws in there. Don't even bother taking those out, and then just hold the fairing away from the bike when you put the sliders on. It wasn't very hard that way. But I like it. I'm probably going to put those RNG Racing product stickers on. But let's see if I got my key in my pocket here for the Civic. I always leave the tools in the trunk of my car. Never know when you're going to need them. Sometimes you know, I guess. You guys like my rims? "17" Enki Racing rims. They're aluminum, obviously. Here's a little walk around of the bike with the sliders, now that I've tightened down the rear ones and got the front ones installed. And I did put on those RNG things, vinyl or whatever it is. And then the swing arm sliders. Still no integrated taillight that I bought. I guess it's been about a month now since I paid for this stupid thing. I'm really regretting it at this point. Clear Alternatives rear taillight. And then they told me that it was on back order after they sent me a shipping thing with a tracking number. And I kept trying to track it, and it was saying, well, electronic shipping info was received. But they never actually shipped it. So when I asked about it, then they decided to tell me, oh, well, it's on back order. I'm like, oh, well, you're not getting positive feedback because that's not what the auction said. The auction didn't say maybe it's going to be on back order, and then you won't get it for a couple months. My sport bars, the version 2 sport bars from ninja650shop.com are in the mail. They'll be here on August 19th, according to the tracking thing. And it's August 16th right now, but you won't see this video for sometime after that, once I buy Adobe Premiere Elements. Because for some reason, Windows Movie Maker will no longer import my videos. It won't import any of my new videos. And I'm pretty proficient with computers. I converted every one of the files from MOV, which is what my camera leaves them in. I converted them to AVI. Since it's not importing anything, I can't edit my videos, and therefore I can't post them, which is really annoying. I'm not going to post unedited videos because they just look retarded. Because it's little fragments of videos that I have that I need to put together into one video. So I've gone 1,500 miles now. 1502. It's pretty exciting. But I have to go up to my girlfriend's place of work right now because we're going to go out to eat. So I'll see you.